Hi, how you guys doing? My name is Charles Martineau. I am a Microsoft specialist in the North Seattle area, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about navigating through your Windows 8 system. At first glance, a lot of people have the misconception that Windows 8 was designed specifically for touch devices, but it's actually just as fast and fluid when using a mouse and keyboard. To clear up this misconception, I'm going to show you some really easy ways to navigate your system with both touch and mouse and keyboard. The first thing I'm going to talk about today is going to be a universal bar we call the charm bar. Before I go into what the charms are, I'm going to show you a couple different ways to access the charm bar. The first way is to take your mouse cursor and hover it to the top right corner of your screen, and there will appear this charm bar. The second way to access the charm bar is to swipe with a finger in from the right side of a touch-enabled device, like this. You can see that also accesses the charm bar. And last but not least, the last way to access the charm bar is going to be to hit the Windows key plus C. And as you can see, that brings up the charm bar as well. Now, because this is a universal charm bar, what that means is that you can access this bar at any time, no matter what application or piece of software you're running. This allows Windows 8 to work really well with apps and software to use some of those really neat features that the charm bar provides. So, to dive a little bit more into the charm bar, we're going to talk about each of the different charms. The first one's going to be our search charm. Now, I can click on search, and it's going to bring up a search field here. It allows me to search for anything I want. But the really nice thing about the search feature is that I can also just start typing from my start screen. So, let's say I'm looking for the control panel. The first thing I would do is just start typing control panel, just like this. You can see over here on the left, it's showing me applications or software that has to do with what I've typed. But I can also come down here and click Settings and see settings specific to the control panel or files specific to the control panel. Anything that includes these words, any emails, letters, anything that pertains to a file, it'll show up. I can see what's a document, it'll sort it really conveniently. The next thing you can do is also seamlessly search between not just the content on your computer, but also the content on the web or within any program or application you have installed on this PC. So without having to type anything else, I can tap right here on Internet Explorer, and it would actually search for control panel right into Internet Explorer. Or if I wanted to search on Bing, I could just tap Bing, and it would immediately search for anything relating to control panel. So as you can see, we've made it very easy to search for content between apps and on your computer, and this is all very seamlessly done using that charm. The next charm on our charm bar is going to be the share charm. And to show you how useful the share charm is, we're going to go ahead and open my Seahawks Sports app I have down here. When I open the Seahawks Sports app, it's going to go ahead and load a page related to the Seahawks. Now, if I'm, researching the team, I'm taking a look at schedules. Unfortunately, it's no longer the season, so there's not much to share. But if I was to hover over while within this app to the charm bar and hit the share charm, I can actually share this right from the side of my screen. Any program or app that allows sharing is going to have a clickable icon right here. So if I wanted to email this, it would open a convenient window, it would have a little bit of statistics, and it would allow me to type my message and then type who I'm sending this to, and I could send it right from the side of my screen just like this. What's really nice is this isn't limited to just apps. You can share internet pages, content within the apps, pictures, videos, right straight to YouTube, anything like that. So it's a very convenient charm as well. The next charm we have is the start charm. And the start charm will bring you back to the start screen at any point in time, no matter what you're viewing on your screen at the time. So to show you how this works, we're going to go to our familiar desktop. When I'm in my familiar desktop, I can click the Start Charm and it'll bring me right back. The other function that the Start Charm does is it'll take you back to the previously open app aside from the Start Charm or Start Screen. So it'll take me back through whatever app I had, which happened to be the familiar desktop here. The next charm we have on our charm bar is going to be Devices. Devices is very useful. Depending on where you are at within your Windows 8 machine, you're going to have different devices. Here, I have the option to take this out to a second screen in a couple different ways. But depending on if I was where if I had a Bluetooth speaker, this would be where I could pair up with that device. And finally, the last charm on our charm bar is going to be our settings charm. When you click this, it kind of opens a taskbar-like viewing screen within this start screen interface. And here I can see my Wi-Fi, my volume, my screen brightness, my keyboard options, any notifications I can turn off or tell to hide for 8 hours here. The other really nice thing that's here is this is also where I go within the start screen interface to connect to any Wi-Fi's. And last but not least, I can access my PC settings right from the bottom here. It'll open it in a very easy to use PC settings. Now, what's really nice is that there is still your control panel, so a lot of these settings can be changed within this menu or within the control panel. It's whatever makes you more comfortable. Alright, now that we've gone over the charms, the next thing I want to teach you about navigating in your machine is going to be how to really utilize multitasking. And I do have a video on multitasking, so I'm not going to dive into this too much. But to give you a really quick example, let's open Music. So now my Xbox Music app is open, and let's say I was playing some music. I could grab this with my mouse right here at the top of the screen, and just like I was going to trash the app and close it, I can actually just drag it to one side of my screen or the other. So for this demonstration, we're going to pop it over here on the left. You see that the screen actually puts it into an easy-to-view mode made for this side panel on my screen. The next thing I'm going to do is click right here in my open space, and I can pick something else that I want to snap to the right side of my screen. In this case, I'm also going to click my familiar desktop. Now, what's really nice is this allows me to have an app over here that's doing stuff, and it also allows me to be being productive on my desktop, which is also very handy. Now, one thing that's also really cool is we made it easy to navigate this split screen mode and change what I'm looking at. So without having to do much effort, I can now take my mouse and I can hover to the left side of my screen. If I do this and go down, it shows me a panel of any open programs or apps that I have. The other way to access this is to take my finger and come in from the left side of my screen on a touch-enabled device and hold it on the screen, and I can bring this window in and back out, and that'll also access that bar. Now, what's nice is if I want to snap, let's say, the Mail app right here, I have a couple different ways to do that are very easy too. I can right-click on Mail, and it allows me to snap left or right, or close it. I can grab it with my mouse and hold down the left button and move it between each window, just like so. Or I can also grab it with my left finger from this window and do so as well, making it very easy to switch between windows just by swiping in from the left. Another really cool feature is if I click the window here, like my desktop, and I hover in this top left corner, I can left click through the different windows as well, and it'll take it right through all of them. This allows you to really multitask using different applications in a very efficient way with both touch and mouse and keyboard. And last but not least, how to close apps. Well, you could hit Alt F4, but the easiest way is to either grab the window from the top of the screen and left click and throw it away, or take your finger and swipe down, just like so. The last thing I'm going to show you that's really easy to navigate your machine is going to be how to zoom in and out of the start screen. And I did phase on this also in another video, but I'll go ahead and touch on it really quickly again. If I use pinch to zoom on a touchscreen device, I can zoom in and out and see all my groups that I've created. I can also swipe left and right to see those as well. On a mouse, I would take the mouse cursor and I'd hover down to this minus symbol at the bottom right of my screen, and I could click that as well and it would bring me out to that menu. This allows me to really easily navigate, if you're like me, throughout all the different groups of applications that I have with both touch and mouse and keyboard. I hope this was helpful, and you have a wonderful day.